Imagine this, after a night binge-watching Grey's Anatomy, you decide to dedicate your life to medicine and become a surgeon. It's your first liver transplant and you finished it successfully. Everything's great post-op until a few days later when the patient gets sick. Well, what happened? A few days after a transplant, the body starts to attack the new organ. This is known as acute rejection, and almost every single person that gets an organ transplant experiences some level of rejection, even identical twins. So, why does your body reject something that could save your life? Well, you can thank your immune system for that. But before you get mad, your immune system isn't a bad guy. It's full of cells that fight off infection from bacteria or viruses, collectively known as pathogens. It's why we aren't sick 24/7. The immune system is comprised of the innate response and the adaptive response. The adaptive branch of the immune system plays the biggest role in organ rejection. It has white blood cells called T cells that go through the body killing invaders. But these cells need to first be activated, because to fight your enemy, you have to know who it is. Dendritic cells are cells that eat invaders and break them down into pieces. These pieces are then displayed on the surface using proteins called the Major Histocompatibility Complex, or MHC for short. MHC proteins then activate T cells by showing them the pathogens they need to attack. Transplanted organs actually have their own dendritic cells with their own MHC that can activate the recipient's immune response. This is how acute rejection works. Your body knows what cells are yours and which are not. So T cells react to the foreign MHC on the transplanted organ the same way they would react to a pathogen, meaning they attack and kill the organ cells. So, how is this fixed? The best treatment for organ rejection is a group of drugs known as immunosuppressants. These drugs reduce the activity of your immune system. They can stop the release of signaling chemicals by T cells, or they can prevent them from growing and dividing. While immunosuppressants are good, patients have to take them their whole life. This becomes a problem when they get sick and there's nothing to defend them. Today, scientists are looking to use the recipient's own cells to replace the donor cells of the organ. If this works, it could completely eliminate the risk of rejection. Alright, let's recap. Organ rejection is when the body attacks a transplanted organ, and unfortunately, it affects everyone, even identical twins. Normally, acute rejection occurs a few days after surgery. It happens because of the unique MHC on the dendritic cells of the organ. The T cells of the recipient sense this MHC as foreign, causing an attack on the organ. Currently, immunosuppressants are our best bet at preventing organ rejection. And that is the science behind organ rejection.